Hey, Megan! Where the heck are you? Reply!
Matt, what's up?
Don't give me what's up! Why did you go home at the normal time? You still have work to do! This is why people think you're a slacker!
No, I got it all finished.
What? Are you telling me you got done entering that mountain of data in time for a normal finish? No way! There was too much! I've been at this company a lot longer than you, and even I'm only a third of the way through. What the hell are you playing at? You have overtime to work!
I made a little app with some features to boost work efficiency. I was able to automate part of the data entry process. That's how I was able to get done in less than half the time it usually takes. Obviously, I did all this with the boss's permission.
You did what now? That actually seems really convenient.
It's still only the testing phase, but you're welcome to give it a try if you'd like.
Oh, no kidding!
I'd really appreciate if you tried it out for a little while and let me know what you think. Would you do that for me?
You bet I will! I'm ready! Give me the app! The current workflow can be a real pain, so it's prone to human error. If you make one little mistake, you have to backtrack till you find it. This sounds like it could be just what the company needs!
Great, it's on the green USB stick on the top shelf of the safe. Go ahead and install it from there. You'll understand how to use it from one look at the main menu screen. It's super simple. Oh yeah, one more thing. You don't have to file any official reports or anything, but please, could you let the boss know you'll be using it?
Sure.
Matt!
What is it? It's my day off today, Megan. I'm kinda busy. Don't message me. You're annoying.
Why am I being told it was you who made the app?
Huh?
The boss told me just now. He told me you took him the USB stick a few days ago and said it was actually you who designed it. Apparently, he pitched it to upper management and they're currently considering integrating it into the workflow of nearly every employee at the company. He flipped out at me for trying to take credit for the achievements of my coworker and yelled me out of his office. What did you do?
It's like the boss said. You need to stop trying to take credit for my work. I'm the one who designed the app.
I see. You waited until Mrs. Brooks, who knew I was the one who designed it, retired last week before you did this. Then, by way of currying favor with her replacement, Mr. Kingsley, you told him you were the one who designed the app, knowing full well he had no idea you were lying, didn't you? I'm right, aren't I, you scheming con man?
Con man? I don't know what you mean.
Go to hell!
Ah, yes, that's right. I did tell Mr. Kingsley about how bad your attitude towards work is, how you go home early, how you treat your coworkers like dirt, how you take extra breaks when you think no one's looking.
What?
You really are the worst. Constantly forcing your data entry jobs on me, then going home while the rest of the team stays behind working overtime like dogs.
The only reason I went home on time is because I finished early thanks to the efficiency boosting app I made.
Ahem. Excuse me, I have a correction. I think what you're trying to say is... You finished early because I kindly allowed you to use the app I made!
No, you know it was me who made it. You know, Matt. Ugh.
Anyway, it's too late for you now. You should be getting fired sometime today.
What?
Forcing me to do your work? Trying to credit for the app I worked so hard to design? The boss said there's no place for such despicable conduct at this company, and I'm sorry, Megan, but I agree with him.
Oh my god.
He should be summoning you to his office any time now. Make sure you listen up. You wouldn't want to miss it. My condolences.
Wow, I see. You need to know one thing. Whatever happens to you after this isn't my problem.
Yeah, good luck finding a new job!
Hey, Megan, it's been a few days since we last spoke. How are you?
Oh, hey, Mrs. Brooks. Good evening. I'm doing okay, thanks.
You don't have to call me by my surname anymore. I'm not your boss anymore, you know? Just call me Amy.
Ah, of course, silly me. I'm pleased you seem to be in good spirits, Amy. The office is really different without you.
Thank you, Megan. I get the feeling you might not be in such great spirits yourself. Is everything okay? A little birdie told me. You left the company? What happened?
Well, it's not necessarily that I left. More like, I got fired.
What? You got fired? How could that happen? I would have never said this while I worked there because I didn't want to be seen to be picking favorites, but you were one of the best employees I ever worked with. How could they fire you? You were indispensable to that company. I can't think of any other employees with your skill set or experience. Was it something to do with my replacement, Mr. Kingsley? Did something happen between you two?
You could say that. But Matt was the biggest problem. None of this would have happened if not for him.
Ah, those two.
Those two? Do you know something?
This doesn't seem to be very well known around the company. But apparently both Matt and Mr. Kingsley both got their jobs through their personal connection with the CEO.
Seriously? They did? I had no idea.
Between that and now losing you, that department is in for a hell of a ride. Now I know this, I'm glad I got out when I did. That place is a sinking ship.
Yeah, you're right. I think so too. I can't deny it stung a bit, but I don't want to work around people like that.
By the way, Megan, have you found anywhere else to work yet?
Oh, the job hunt? Well, I'm sure you know how rough the market is these days. I didn't find anything yet.
Brilliant! In that case, how does working at my son's company sound?
Huh? Your son's company? I didn't know your son ran a company. Since when?
That's right, he does. It all began with a little startup 2 years ago. He's in the process of a major expansion, and they're currently on a big recruitment drive for highly skilled IT specialists. I told him all about you, and he said he'd be honored to have you on board. He has a lot of ideas on the tech side of things he said he'd love your input on, too. That was actually the reason I messaged you today. Don't worry, though. You don't have to make a decision right away. I want you to take your time and do what you think is best for you. Just thinking of it as a suggestion for now. What are your initial thoughts?
Wow, thank you. I'd be absolutely honored to. Count me in.
Hey, Megan! It's me, Matt! Answer me now!
Why are you messaging me out of nowhere after all these months? And what makes you think I want anything to do with you? You're annoying. Go away.
That's no way to speak to a senior colleague! Show me the respect I deserve!
Like I give a damn. Did you forget I don't work there anymore?
Listen, forget that! More importantly, something awful happened! This is real bad, Megan!
Something awful? What?
My computer stopped working!
Your computer? Do I look like your personal tech support inquiry line?
Not my own computer, the one I use at work!
Look, Matt. The thing is, that has nothing to do with me anymore.
Why not?
Because I don't work there anymore? Because I haven't for months now? I, as an outsider, have no control over, relationship to, or obligation towards the equipment you guys use for internal company operations.
I can't use the app anymore! It just stopped working!
Huh?
It was working normally until yesterday. My productivity skyrocketed like you wouldn't believe. But this morning, all of a sudden, when I turned my PC on, it said there was an OS update. No big deal, I thought. But after the update finished installing, the app wouldn't boot anymore! What the hell's going on? You owe me an explanation!
Ah, I see. I owe you that, do I?
Of course you do! Do you know something about this?
How to put this? The problem here is that the app you've made your workflow almost entirely dependent on over the last few months was ultimately only in its testing phase.
Testing phase?
I did have the final version, and I was ready to present it to Mr. Kingsley. But before I could do that, you took the incomplete version I let you use for some extra feedback, and handed it over to him as if it was the finished product, claiming you developed it all by yourself and slandering my name in the process.
Holy smokes!
As you say, there was a major OS update this morning, which means the old test version you're using is now incompatible. That's why it's not working anymore.
What the hell? What have you done? You never told me any of this! Why didn't you tell me?
I did make it pretty clear it was only in the testing phase. How about looking through the chat logs if your memory's failing you? It's all there.
Well, fine. But you need to bring the updated version to me here at the office right now!
It breaks my heart to have to tell you this, Matt, but I'm afraid I won't be doing that.
Why not?
Because I'm at work.
Give me a break. Are you telling me you found another job already? Nah, I don't buy it. I bet you're a NEET.
Yep, I found another job. That's exactly what I'm telling you.
Huh?
I'm having a wonderful time finally working for someone who treats me with respect and appreciates my ability and the work I do.
I didn't ask you about any of that, and I don't care! Just hurry up and get the completed version of that app to the office ASAP! My head's on the chopping block here!
I told you that won't be happening. Do you struggle to read basic English?
Uh-oh, this is bad. You have no idea how much trouble I'm gonna be in. Please, I'm begging you!
Why would you be in trouble?
Because that app's installed on over half the computers at the company now! The top brass are demanding I do something about it immediately, or my job's gonna be on the line!
Oh, I see. Just so I remember correctly, we're discussing the app that you told upper management you designed, right?
Yes! Quit dodging the issue! You need to do something about this pronto!
I told you, I can't.
Is that the best you can give me? My job's on the line here! Do you have any idea how long I've been at this company?
Wait a sec, Matt. Are you telling me you didn't come up with some kind of contingency plan in the event something like this happened? Despite telling management you were the one who designed the app, I refuse to believe you're actually this much of a blockhead.
No, I didn't, I got it! If you help me out on this, I'll put in a good word and see to it that you get your old job back!
Thanks for the offer, but I'll pass.
What?
The thing is, the company I'm at now treats me so much better and isn't full of corrupt scumbags. Oh yeah, and my salary's twice as high.
Ah! I'm finished if you don't help me! Megan, please! I'll do anything!
I have a meeting to attend now. Good luck! Ultimately, the company had no choice but to return to the old, significantly less efficient way of doing things, due to Matt's app no longer working. Most employees, much to their dismay, were forced to return to their former lives of daily overtime hell, and they were angry in equal measure with the man responsible. His back against the wall, Matt gave up and confessed that it was in fact me who designed the app. Needless to say, he got fired. He started looking for another job immediately. But he was never particularly talented to begin with, and I heard he's having all kinds of trouble. As for me, at the same time as all this was going on, I got a string of condescending messages from Mr. Kingsley and the president to the effect of, "We're willing to give you your old job back," that showed no sign of stopping even after a few days. I used it as an opportunity to buy the new phone I'd had my eye on for a while, and changed my number while I was at it. I haven't heard from them since. I heard that things took a turn for the worse at the company, and after consistently failing to keep up with their competitors, they went bankrupt a year later. It just goes to show, there's no use in trying to cheat people by writing checks you can't cash. You always get found out eventually, and you lose everything in the process.
Hey, Anna. I'm actually stunned. I can't believe you don't even pay your living expenses to your parents. How can you live without shame? What? Even though you're 35 years old now, you're still single, living at your parents' house. If I were you, I'd collapse from misery. I may be a miserable single 35-year-old living at my parents' house, but I do pay money to my parents. Instead of paying a fixed amount for my living expenses, I gave them a family credit card for them to use freely. But you deactivated that credit card. Your father gave me a call saying, you finally stopped paying even for the living expenses. What? He said, maybe I failed at parenting. He was crying very frustratedly. I feel sorry for your parents. It's a misunderstanding. I didn't deactivate it. They just spent it up to the limit. I lowered the spending limit to $5,000 per month starting this month. My parents have already maxed it out, and that's why they can't use it anymore. Don't lie to me. That kind of false accusation won't work on me. Huh? You couldn't pay your credit card bill anyway, right? I can't believe you can't even pay your credit card bill. You must have been fired from your company. Fired from my company? I don't know how that came up all of a sudden. That's because you're a miserable and embarrassing single lady. What? Anna, you were working in an apparel industry, weren't you? Yes, I'm a store representative. It's a pity that you got fired after you got promoted to that position. But it can't be helped. No one wants to buy clothes from a 35-year-old woman. The brand image will be damaged, so there's no choice but to fire you. Huh? Why don't you just get married already? Since your brother is already ahead of you, you have to hurry. But even if you wanted to get married, you're an old single lady living at her parents' house, plus jobless now. Marriage has become even more difficult for you. Hey, Millie, what do you think you're saying without confirming the truth? What? Assuming that I've been fired? And why is being married such a big deal? Isn't it natural? Single women in their mid-30s are people at the bottom. The bottom? I got married in my 20s, which makes me a winner. Right now, I'm living a glamorous life overseas with Zach, who's assigned to an overseas branch. I see you on social media all the time. I see you're living a very luxurious life. Thanks to Zach's outstanding performance. I hope you can learn from him. And for the sake of your parents, find a new job as soon as possible. Even though you're in the bottom, they haven't abandoned you and are letting you live with them. How dare you talk about me like that? Just because your credit card has been stopped? You treat me like a lousy daughter who doesn't pay her living expenses. Millie made fun of me again because of that.
It's true that you haven't been paying your living expenses, right? I told you that you had to pay for your own living expenses if you were going to live at our house. And yet, you broke that promise. Go get rid of the credit card limit now.
You've got to be kidding me. I have no idea how much you'll spend if I remove the limit. How much do you think you spent last month alone?
How am I supposed to know that? Your mother and I never look at the price when we're shopping.
Please, it's time you got in the habit of looking at prices. You spent $20,000 last month.
Oh, that's nothing. Your mother and I once spent $100,000 in a month.
That was when your company was in its heyday. But that company has already gone under. Now you and Mom are both unemployed and have no savings. So you better get a grip on your financial senses soon.
What are you talking about, you stupid daughter? My company hasn't gone under yet. We've just been deceived and robbed, that's all.
What?
It's natural for a company to have fluctuations in sales. And yet, the bank stopped financing us just because our sales dropped a little. At a time like that, another company in the same business offered to help. That's why I signed the papers. I didn't expect the whole company to be taken over by them.
Hey, calm down. They said it was a merger proposal. It's an absorption type merger. They said they'd hire all the employees of our company. They offered us a lot of good deals, so we should be grateful.
You've gotta be kidding me. Why is my company the one being absorbed? I thought I could make it big by absorbing their company.
There's no way a falling company can absorb another company. Why did you make that assumption?
Shut up, you stupid girl. You're a heartless girl who won't even cry when her precious family's company disappears. All you had to do was bring in a rich man as our son-in-law. Then, we could have rebuilt the company and wouldn't have lost it. It's your fault too that it came to this, you know.
Huh?
I'll definitely get my company back someday. Even if my eldest daughter is useless, I still have my son and his wife. I heard they're coming back from overseas soon. I'm sure Zach will reclaim the company for me.
What? Zach and his wife are coming back? I didn't hear that from Millie earlier.
Apparently, his overseas assignment is coming to an end soon. I'm sure they'll take that opportunity to leave and take over my company.
There's no more company for him to take over. It was absorbed and disappeared. It's time you accepted reality.
Shut up, you useless daughter. Don't talk back to your parents when you have nothing to offer them. Just go get rid of that credit card limit. We can't even afford to go shopping without satisfaction. This life is so wrong.
Anna, I guess it's about time you saw the empty room. I just got home from a trip with my friends and was looking at it. What the hell is this? Why is my stuff cleanly gone? It means there's no place for you in that house anymore, Anna. So please, just leave. We're moving in there this afternoon. So please make sure you're gone by then. Wait a minute. What do you mean you guys are moving in? What about Zach's job? You just recently came back to the US, right? He resigned from his job upon his return. And he finally decided to take over his parents' company. What? Our parents' company? His original plan was to take over his family's company all along. That's why he worked for a major company and gained experience. He even got to the point where he was put in charge of overseas assignments. And at last, he will become the CEO of the company. I'm going to be the wife of the CEO. That means... Seems my parents are behind the disappearance of my belongings. Yeah, your parents got rid of your stuff. When I told them we wanted to move in together when taking over the company, they were very happy. They said they'd rather live with their son and his wife than with their daughter, who's still single at a good age. No wonder they were so excited to see me off on my trip. Normally, they'd have insisted that I take them with me. I thought it was weird that they didn't ask for souvenirs or anything. You don't even pay for your own living expenses. You're unemployed since you got fired from your job. So, how did you afford to go on a trip like that? Don't you realize that you're a miserable, single, jobless old woman? Huh? Well, you will realize it sooner or later, even if you don't want to. You will be kicked out of your parents' house, and you will start living a lonely, single life. A life without jobs, money, and men is just too painful to imagine. But it's a life that would suit you very well, Anna. A single, jobless sister-in-law like you should get out of here. From today on, your parents' house and company belong to your brother and his wife. That's very helpful. Thank you. Huh? I never thought the day would come when I'd be saved by your misunderstandings. Once again, thank you for giving me this chance. I can't believe I can finally get out of this hell. I'm really happy. Huh? Why are you happy? Anna, you just got kicked out of your house by your own parents. And you're happy? Are you out of your mind? You've been given a comfortable life, and yet you call it hell? You don't even have a heart to thank your parents, do you? How can I thank them? They still can't accept the fact that their company went under, and they're using up my money on lavish shoppings. Do you have any idea how hard I work to live with them? What? Their company went under? Their sense of money is as crazy as ever. I'm sure that's why they spent $20,000 using my credit card. I can't tell you how much my family's finances have tortured me over the years. If I wasn't such a talented sales manager, I'd be bankrupt. Wait a minute. What the hell was that all about? It can't be true that the company went under. I knew it. They didn't tell you anything, did they? I'm sorry, but my family's company went under a long time ago. There's nothing for Zach to take over anymore. What?
What do you think, Anna? You must have been surprised to find it empty when you came back. I've sold all your stuff. I'm going to have you leave so you won't be single any longer.
Huh?
If we force you to live alone, you'll meet more people. And maybe you'll find someone to marry. You're making your parents worry, even at a good age. Unlike your brother, you have no filial piety.
Don't talk so high and mighty. You just want to get rid of me to live with your son and his wife. Millie told me you're going to live with Zach and his wife from now on.
Oh, so you knew. Good. That's why you have to leave now. From now on, we'll live in elegant retirement with our son and his wife.
Elegant life with Zach and his wife?
He was in a major company. He makes more money than you. He must have had a lot of money saved up. He'll give us a credit card with no limit. And with what he's done so far, he'll take my company back in no time. What a brilliant son I have.
Yes, he's a brilliant son who has your blood running deep in his veins. He's just as scatterbrained and debt-ridden as you are. He can't give you a credit card because he can't even make one.
What? What do you mean he's in debt? And he can't make a credit card?
Zach and his wife were so excited living abroad that they spent too much. That's why they have a lot of debt. They don't have any credit cards now, and they can't even make one.
What? What will happen to our lives then? How are we supposed to do our shopping from now on?
Maybe he'll cut into his savings and give you a certain amount of money. Or maybe you won't get any allowances.
Huh?
You all can talk and figure out what to do. I'm leaving, so it's none of my business. Well then, I hope you have fun living together. I can't live with them anymore. Help me, Anna. Oh dear, what's wrong? It hasn't even been a month since you started living together. But I can't do it anymore. Your parents were furious when we told them about our financial situation. They said if we can't pay our living expenses, we have to do all the chores. They started to force me to do all the housework and started fooling me. Wow. They're taking it out on you because they can't have the luxuries they've dreamed of. I'm so ashamed of them, even though they are my parents. But we are also victims of being tricked. We came here thinking there would be a company to take over. Then, we found out that the company was actually merged with another company, and I can't become the wife of the CEO. But when I pointed this out to them, they got even angrier and went on a rampage. They told me that I had no right to speak up. I'm sorry you're going through so much already, but I'm sure you'll get along just fine with each other. Just try a little harder. I can't. Please, let me escape to your place, Anna. What? To my place? I thought you had just been fired from your company. But actually, I was wrong. I heard that you are still working hard at the apparel company. In fact, I heard you got a big promotion and your annual salary has increased. Where did that information come from? Well, the promotion and the increase in income are true. So, is it true that you're living in a luxury townhouse? I heard you moved to a nice townhouse. Yeah, I took the plunge and bought a brand new townhouse. My parents spent a lot of my money, so I'm taking out a 35-year loan with no down payment. But with my current income, I think I can afford it. Please, let us live in that house for a while. We somehow want to get out of this house. We'll leave as soon as we get our lives back on track. So please, tell me your address. Absolutely not. What? You know, I'm a 35-year-old woman who used to live with my parents. I want to enjoy my single life a little more. Oh. And it's not like I've given up on marriage either. I can't bring in a nice guy if my brother and his wife are around. Well, if that happens, just let us know and we'll leave. And I apologize for everything I've said. So please, help us. I'm sorry. I'm a woman in the bottom. I don't have a generous heart. I'm not going to help someone who's made fun of me so much. Oh no. Don't worry. My brother is a brilliant man. Maybe he really can rebuild the family business. In fact, he may even start his own company and succeed. Then, good luck with taking care of my brother and parents. Zach went to work for the company that absorbed our parents' company. However, he had to start as an ordinary employee. He can do his job reasonably well and is achieving results. However, compared to his previous job at a major company, his salary is half of what it used to be, and his motivation is still sluggish. Moreover, the employees who used to work for his parents' company don't have a good impression of him, saying, "Is he the son of that selfish CEO?" Millie and my parents finally decided to work part-time to make ends meet. I hope this will be a good opportunity for everyone to get back to a proper sense of finances. Well, it's none of my business anymore. I'll enjoy my elegant single life in a townhouse with a glass of wine and slices of prosciutto in my hand.